Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Wizard101. In the last episode, we finished the Grand Arena, and in this episode we are going to be meeting Shalak the Wise in the Vault of Ice and probably finishing off um the Sphinx this episode because this area is very redundant, so I feel like I can cut a lot of it out. Anyway, shall we get started here? Shalak, talk to me.
My heart gladdens to see you, for your help is greatly needed. This will be a difficult mission. Welcome, O mighty wizard. If you seek the Keeper of the Fang, you must first defeat the Defender, the Guardian, and the Protector of the Fang.
Did he just like take on a completely different personality here, or is that just me?
But wait. Next, you must show cunning as well as might and solve their riddles.
And this is the reason why this dungeon is very, very redundant. You have three bosses that are entirely the same, like exactly the freaking same. And then the final boss is only slightly harder than these three. So in my personal opinion, I am going to because of that, I am going to be only showing one of these fights. I'm only going to be showing one of these fights and the dialogue for the other two. And
fair is foul and foul is fair. Try and take this fang if you so dare.
And all three puzzles that you have to do in order to open the door. What level am I? 20? Okay. Making sure my deck's okay. Yep, got a chance. Alright, let's do this. And I think the minions change, but since they're all death anyway, it's not really that big a deal. Let's do... Come on. There we go. And I'm also going to be showing the final boss because that's actually slightly more difficult than the rest of these guys. I say slightly because really the only difference is that they have 700 health as opposed to 600. Woo! Alright, let's remove the frost beetle. And let's hit the protector of the fang. I'm really glad I don't have to do a whole lot of commentary on this particular area because these guys are just that redundant people. It's really not that big a deal that I'm cutting them out. At least my Yeti is staying cheerful during all of this. I'll be honest, I'm kind of a little apprehensive about reaching levels 25, 30, and 40, and that's just because that's when I start having to do some special dungeons in order to show off everything, and showing off certain dungeons can be a right pain in the rear for someone like me, because I don't really have anyone like outside of I don't really have anyone that I can like rely on, I guess, to help me out with dungeons, so doing them can be a right pain in the dick. Granted, level 100 is easily the one where I'm gonna be struggling the most because that particular dungeon is just ugh. I mean, it's not bad, it's just the first time you do it, it can be really friggin' annoying. Like, the first time you do it on any wizard can be really friggin' annoying because the final dungeon is technically split up into 3 separate dungeons. And they give you teleporters to the final, and they give you teleporters to the second and third dungeons, so that way if you're trying to grind for a specific thing and it's in a specific dungeon, you only have to do that particular dungeon in order to try grinding for it, rather than doing all 3 of them in a single go again. Problem is that means only newcomers are really doing the first 2 dungeons, and that means it can be a right pain in the arse in order to get people who actually know what they're doing. Anyway, this one is fairly simple. Just go from left to right. Snake. Moon, I think it was bird? Yep. Birdie, bird, 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 bird. Bird and sun. And that's the first puzzle. Fairly simple. Hopefully I can find some health on my way back, on my way to the next one. The way this goes is it's just a giant circle. Not really anything particularly mean or anything like that, so be thankful. Yeah, I think we're gonna be leveling I think we're gonna be getting to level 21 either in or after the Emperor's Retreat. By the way, in case this isn't obvious enough, ignore the quest helper arrow, because it's not really helping much in this regard. Anyway, which one is this? Guardian of the Fang.
Show
Ooh.
your eyes and grieve with your heart. Come to the shadows and prepare to depart.
You sound like the main villain of the second arc of the second story arc. But anyway, I shall meet you when I shall come back when I am done with this particular boss, because like I said, these bosses are all exactly the freaking same. There's not much point in me showing them. So I shall meet you here when the puzzle appears. See you in a moment. Alright, I'm back. Not that hard. For this one, I think which one you're able to activate depends on the position of the lever. You just need to activate them both. And that was fairly easy. Alright, moving right along. I'm already at 10 minutes in recording, but in terms of the actual episode, I'm probably more like 5 minutes, maybe? It's a massive maybe. In case you're wondering how I took so little damage there, I decided to use Ice Armor when I was at 5 pips, and it was very useful. Like I said, I love Ice Armor. I really, really do. It's just kind of a shame that you get it at the point where it may not seem all that useful, thanks to the fact that you have a really low power pip percentage. But later on in the game, oh boy, especially since later on in the game you get an upgrade to it, which is even better.
The thing you've come to claim as your own. Tamper with me, little wizard, and I'll turn you to stone.
I doubt that. Anyway, be right back. Alright, I am back. This puzzle is also very simple. Just turn the braziers to the element that is corresponding to what side they're on. So like the one on the left needs to be fire, the one in the middle needs to be ice, and the one over here needs to be storm. Very, very simple. And now we can actually access the Keeper of the Fang, which means I need to keep commentating through this boss. Yay. Anyway, yep. Hang on, I need to check my TCs. Yeah, the annoying thing about the early game decks, at least if you're doing what I'm doing, is that they don't have a whole lot of TC space, so you gotta constantly refill them. But hey, not a huge deal. Well, slightly huge deal considering the other things.
This is my domain. You will pay for your trespasses, young wizard.
See? She's different. She's a different color. Ooh! But really, it's not that huge a deal. Like, really not that big a deal. Okay. Oh, 750. Ooh, I thought it was just 700. Really, at this point, 50 health is not that big a deal. Oh, Ice Blade Jewels. How I am so thankful for you. And Ice Blade Pets as well, because just... I think I mentioned this when we actually first got to the Crocus Sphinx, but there is also, like, a triple blade... two triple blades and two triple traps that can help, but you can't get the triple blade until level 25, and quite frankly, quite frankly, the triple trap is not quite as useful as you might think. Please don't fizzle. In case you're wondering how I can tell when it's fizzling, there's a little puff of smoke that appears like right around here if it's gonna fizzle. Unless it's death, in which case it'll just unless it's death, in which case it'll be a blob of darkness rather than a weird sort of black light thing in the middle of the symbol. It's very easy to tell when death is gonna fizzle, basically. Do I want an ice armor? I may just try my luck with trying to get... There we go. There we are. And thankfully she didn't weakness me either. Who friggin' right for that? Dude. Nearly 1,000 health. If she were fire or ice and I had a prism on, that probably would have done 1,000 health. Alright. Let's see here. There's another one. And please do enough to kill. Please do enough to kill it, because I would prefer not to be here all that much longer. By the way, there is a side quest involving the pillar in the background over there. If you want to do it quickly, make sure to grab the side quest before you come in here for the first time, because otherwise you're going to have to do this entire thing all over again, and it's annoying as crap. But I didn't do that, and quite frankly, I don't care to do it, so bleh. I will be doing side quests in certain worlds, just not right now.
You've done it. We have the Golden Fang. But as much as I am mesmerized by its presence, I hope we never use its power.
I don't blame you there.
At last, during the Great Sleep, we learned the power of balance and vowed never to upset it again.
I can understand that, especially as a balanced player myself. And yeah, we're gonna get level 21 in the Emperor's Retreat because there are multiple quests in there that give us experience and crap, which is awesome, to be quite frank. Although I'm not entirely sure if we'll get level 22 after we finish it, or if we get it in the Tomb of Storms. Shall I?
Ah, the Fang. Excellent. Now we can proceed.
I get this strange feeling there was supposed to be someone else in the Vault of Ice, but rather than Shalak, but because of the dialogue that's said in there. But not a big deal.
You may wonder, young wizard, why we caused the Great Sleep. The truth is, we felt we had no choice once we realized the Krakanamakan had been stolen.
Why'd you make the damn thing in the first place?
I hope you do not feel misled. I question the wisdom of ever writing such a dangerous book, but now you understand why we must fight to retrieve it.
Yep.
We know Krakhotep, the ruling Tut of the Sphinx, last controlled the Krakanamakan. I know him well. He's certain to be hiding behind guards in the Emperor's Retreat. Meet me inside and we will find a way to defeat him.
Alrighty then. That creates a lot of annoying side quests that I am not in the mood to do right now, so let's just get into the Emperor's Retreat and go. By the way, I do like shaving off time off episodes wherever I can, so if I feel a boss is incredibly effing redundant, then, you know. I'll only do that whenever they're in dungeons, though. Whenever it's like, if it's a dungeon boss that I feel is incredibly redundant and you have to defeat multiples of them, then I will cut the extras out. Whenever it's just a single boss in a dungeon or bosses outside of a dungeon, then, you know, I'll leave them. It's just whenever there are multiple bosses in a dungeon I feel are redundant, then I will cut the others out.
Just as I expected. This place is heavily guarded. Manders toil while Krakhotep relaxes in his chamber.
I think I'm gonna need these.
Krakhotep is known for his intricate defenses. You will find 2 guardians at the first gate, both princes of the Sakwi family. Even with balance, I would not stand a chance at my age. Please fight bravely to defeat them and return to me safely.
Then maybe we should have gotten Alhazred in here, considering what balance, considering the spells that balance gets later on, because holy moly, that could definitely help out here. But anyway,
I had hoped to face a mighty warrior to test my skills, but you showed up instead. Hardly worth the efforts of a prince.
oh, just wait, said Jackass. Just you wait. Alright. Oh, wait. Oh, thank God. That worried me for a second. Oh, tower shields. We're already getting there, eh? Huh. Well, that's interesting. Thankfully, the Frostmancer will be able to defeat in relatively short order. Let's remove that, enchant that, and smack him in the face. Or not. Game, do you just have some sort of fetish for making me fizzle today? Because you've been making me do it a lot this recording session, and it's annoying as shit. I think during one of the Fang and Ghost bosses, I had a streak of fizzling like 5 times. It was ridiculous. And honestly, I really don't know why they made me do, why the game decided to make me do that, but it did. Alright, Frost Beetle, go away. Honestly, I was kind of hoping at one point that he would have weaknessed me just so I can get rid of it with that as well, but not a big deal. Alright, no, 45 blade, not the regular 40. I noticed there's also I noticed that for some odd reason there's a text flub up on the plus 40% item card blade that I get from my pet. Don't know why, but there is. See, it says 40% next ice damage spell, whereas the actual blades will have a 2 in between the 40% and the next. I don't know why, but I don't know why they flipped it up like that, but they did. Hey, there we go, yawning again.
Bested by a mere student wizard. Oh, the shame I have brought to my family name.
How can it bring shame to How can it bring shame to your entire freaking family to just lose? That's a thing about honor-based cultures that I never understood. It's like one person in your entire family losing shames all of you. It's like, no, just shames the one person. I mean, I suppose it's a guilt by association type of thing, but at the same time, it really shouldn't matter. It's one person out of, at this point, possibly in this particular point in time, possibly 50 people. So
they sent you to confront me. You're not fit to clean the floors.
It seems like you took a while to actually think about that, and I may as well show off this guy anyway because the last guy took like no time at all. In comparison, alright, let's remove that, and that, enchant that, and prism him. I don't think the bosses in here shield all that much for some odd reason, but the minions I know do. Anyway, let's hit him. Shouldn't. Thankfully, this shouldn't do too terribly much. Shouldn't. I hope Not anyway? I suppose there is something I can talk about while I'm doing this. Today, episode 12? No, episode 11 of the playthrough came out today, so your guess when this was recorded thing has just been answered, because people like to do that for some odd reason. Anyway, damn it, now I forgot what I was gonna say. It's like I have something in mind, and then nope, it just walks right out my brain. Right on out of it. Crap. Yeah, I like completely forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know why. Anyway, hopefully he'll die. If not, then I can very easily just use a wand hit, I guess, considering how close it should be. Should get him to dying. By the way, it's very annoying when ice and fire use ice and fire variants of storm spells, because that means they're doing a lot more damage than you think they really should be doing in comparison to their own spells, and they're usually using less pips to do it. So yeah, it's very annoying when they start doing that, and even more annoying is later on in the game when certain bosses start having masteries of other schools of magic other than their own. So they will sometimes just pull out storm spells for no damn reason, and it is annoying.
You've done well, young wizard. The lever should work now. Open the door and I'll meet you up ahead at the lake.
Woo, lakes. Frozen lakes. Yeah, that's a mechanic I think I've like touched upon earlier when it was first mentioned. Fishing. Fishing is kind of fun, but at the same time, you have to go to a lot of different places in order to get every single damn fish in the game. And even though there is a badge for it, it's just I don't really feel the need to get it because I don't really care about getting badges.
Excellent. You've made it.
Is there actually anyone in this is there actually anyone in this game that has gotten every single badge? Because if you have, then you, sir, either have been playing since the very beginning that this game was in beta / alpha / whatever, and have gotten every single badge up just as the game got updated, or you have no life at all.
Oh, my heart. This place is filled with enslaved manders. Crocotep knows I can't stand to see them suffer, but he does not know that you're on my side. Let's free the manders from their bondage. If we can do this, surely they will fight alongside us.
I think so too, man. I think so too. And thankfully we only got to free 3 of them, even though there's a lot more than 3 in here. And they respawn too, so that means they get freed and then they get unfreed very, very quickly, which is kind of sad, but hey. It's kind of good for... I think they do that. They must... Usually when stuff like that happens, it's because they know that up to 4 people can be doing this at once, even though some of these dungeons are very much soloable. Well, a lot of dungeons are very much soloable. Anyway, Shalak.
We've done it, but we need to ensure that they are not enslaved again.
Oh crap.
Now we must
More
deal
XP,
with the
yay.
overseer, Paniwi. Don't think me foolish for not rushing at once to get the Krakonomicon. If we do not save the Manders, we are no better than the Tuts. But I see no harm in hurrying. Defeat Overseer Paniwi and return to me at once.
By the way, Crocotopia is the point where they start putting Prospector Zeke quest objectives in dungeons. So if you don't get the Prospector Zeke quest at the very beginning of the world, like I'm doing for this playthrough, then you're gonna have to redo some dungeons, which is kind of annoying. In fact, it was very annoying when I first tried this on my death, because because the first time I did this on the main channel was with a death. Well, technically like the third time, because I tried doing it before with a fire twice, and in neither of those really got all that far. My death made it up, finished Marleybone before I ended up stopping because annoyances. Anyway,
You fail to see just how outmatched you are, wizard.
I'd have to say the same for you, good sir. Well, actually, I'm not really entirely sure why I'm calling you good sir at all, because you're not really good or much of a sir. You. Damn it, why can I not think of stuff to say right now? Other than talking about how little I have to say. Ugh. Seriously though, this is annoying. This is very annoying, actually. Actually, I just remembered something. Back when I was first playing this game, I actually got up to this point on another ice. My farthest along when I first played the game was still a fire, but I did get up to, I believe, Marleybone on an ice. And I was like level 25 before I got there, 25, 26-ish. And that's because I did all the side quests along the way. Yeah, because most of the side quests in this game, there are like 5, 10, very, very few that don't give you experience. Because most of the side quests in this game do give you experience. If you decide to do all of them in a particular world before moving on, you can get like a massive amount of levels before, and be like really, really over leveled for certain areas, which is what I'm gonna actually do in the 4th world of the game. I'm gonna do all the side quests there, along with all the side quests in the 5th world. I'm talking about the main arc, by the way. In terms of side quest areas, not so much. Speaking of side quest worlds, I'm actually gonna be doing one before I'm actually gonna be doing one of them before I start Marleybone, just for the sake of a bit of extra experience is all. Plus it'll come in handy later on when I'm doing my massive side quest grinding. In terms of how I'm going to be doing the side quests, in terms of how I'm going to be doing the massive side quest grinding, I am going to finish an area. I'm going to either finish an area or finish an episode in an area and then do them between episodes. So, you're not going to see any of the side quest grinding stuff. I'm just going to mention how many levels I got off the how many levels I potentially got off of the side quests in a particular area. So, apparently my mom's right outside the window door. That's annoying. Alright, I am going to talk to Shalak, and then I'm gonna wait for my mom to leave, so that way I don't have to worry about annoying her right now.
Excellent job, young wizard. You've shown the Manders we mean to defeat the Tuts, and they are ready to join the fight. Krakotep cowers behind a door sealed by a combination. The Manders we freed tell me you must vanquish the Sakwi Keymaster to get it. Once you've defeated the Keymaster, the combination will appear in his room. Use that combination to open the door and take our vengeance on Krakotep.
Woo. Yeah, I really can't sound all that excited right now because my mom is right outside my door, and I don't want to sound like a weirdo because she doesn't exactly know that I'm doing these. So, yeah. Well, I can just talk kind of quietly for now, and it shouldn't matter. Plus, I think she's done. Nope, I can still hear it. I think she's like spraying down some furniture or something in the downstairs living room, which is right outside of my room. Technically, my room is actually in the basement of our house, and technically speaking, it used to be a storage room.
Gatekeeper? I must put you to the ultimate test.
Technically, my room is actually supposed to be a storage room rather than a bedroom, so yeah. There was a bedroom upstairs that I could have had, but that had a massive bookshelf in the way, and I already had a bookshelf, so I felt that should go to my dad as a computer room instead. So yeah. Really, really hoping that my mom goes away soon so we can stop talking, so I can start talking in my normal commentary voice again, rather than speaking in a very hushed tone. I think my mom is finally gone. I think. I hope. Anyway, this should be able to kill the high guard. Should. Please kill, please, oh please, oh please. Yay. Ugh. I'll be honest, I'm really, really glad that we're gonna be getting out of the Crocus Sphinx soon. Not because I don't like the area, but mostly because of the fact that I'm sick and tired of prisming everything. Woot, 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 woot. I think I need to check my TCs after this battle, because I get the strange feeling I'm running low on them. Actually, speaking of running low on TCs, I'm probably gonna go on one of my other characters, get more monstruses, and transfer them over to my other ice on my other account, and then transfer them back over to this guy. Well, combination of this guy as well as my myth, because my myth currently really needs the monstrous TCs. Because she has like 5 of them, which is not a lot. So yeah, dead. Woot 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 woot.
Behold! By defeating me, you have passed the test. You must be the gatekeeper.
Actually, I'm not, but thanks for the combination anyway, good sir. Don't you just love that kind of video game logic where the moment you defeat someone, they must tell you everything? Huh. Apparently they moved it. Yeah, they moved it. I think they moved it. Maybe this is just a lot smaller than I had thought. Okay, apparently you just need to highlight them, not in any specific order. And I may as well get full health. Crocotip.
Don't provoke me, wizard. I was just thinking about letting you live. In my service, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick your buckets. Would be kind of nice if I were level 22 instead of level 21, so that way I actually had access to my rank 4 spell, first rank 4 spell. But hey, can't all be picky now, can we? Let's get it on him first, because I get the strange feeling he likes to shield a lot, considering the defensive nature that he mentioned. Well, there's a blade, proving me highly, highly wrong. Anyway, this guy really isn't that hard. He's got 800 health, but that's not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Trust me. There'll be bosses later on that get into like 100,000 health, which granted, it's granted, by the time you actually start encountering those bosses, they're not super hard, and I say that due to the fact that by that time you'll have a lot more stuff, setup type stuff that you can use to kill them with. Then you'll also have much higher damage percentage stats and power pip stats and all of that. So even though they do get up to ridiculous amounts of health later on in the game, it's not overly bad that that happens. Unlike in Pirate 101, where the moment they start getting ridiculous amounts of health, battles can last for hours. Well, actually, now that I think about it, they probably only last hours if you really, really suck at the game, so I probably shouldn't say anything. Plus, I haven't actually gotten all that far in Pirate 101, I'm just trying to go off of memory here from watching a playthrough of it. So, there you go. Yeah, but dude. Actually, that is a thing I can talk about. Can we get some Pirate 101 worlds in Wizard, please? Like, not Pirate 101 sized worlds in Wizard. Pirate 101 sized worlds would be absolutely goddamn ridiculous. But just Pirate 101 worlds in general would be nice to see in Wizard, because they have some rather interesting worlds in that game, but apparently I am out of enchants and out of spare things. So great, that's just perfect. Let's ice armor, so I technically have a lot more health. Plus, I don't really need the fairy right now. Evil snowman, evil snowman. I think in the Tomb of Storms is when we start getting rank 4 spells used on us. I should clarify, because obviously we'll be getting rank 4 spells, and obviously the player will be getting rank 4 spells in that area anyway if they've been doing what I've been doing. I do not believe that I have any other forms of setup stuff. It's weird. Sometimes I genuinely think there's something wrong in my head, because there are times where I really should be able to think of something off the top of my head, but it takes me like a good 2 minutes to actually think of what I was trying to say. And I don't know why. Granted, that might just be me being a bit paranoid after a certain flub up in the Sonic Unleashed playthrough on the main channel, but anyway, thankfully, the evil snowman did enough damage to where we can just kill him with Wand It. The ultimate disrespect, according to
You have found a golden scarab.
certain other people that I like talking to. Anyway. Shalak the Wise. Talk to me, brother.
You have fought bravely. It sickens me to know one of the Order's members gave the Croconomicon to Queen Crocopatra.
They really like these puns, don't they?
Even though it is never easy to defeat one of our own, it was the right thing to do.
No crap.
I fear more troubles await us, young wizard. Crocopatra wields the Croconomicon, and Crocotep spoke of a new army. The Order has much to discuss. We may not have always acted with wisdom in the past, but you've set us on the right path at last. Come, join us in the Balance School.
I've been using my school laptop for sake of like looking things up in the middle of an episode, so that way I don't have to worry about like frame rate issues and crap on the actual video that can possibly desync the audio and all that crap. But unfortunately, for some reason, the school computers run off the school computer firewalls run off a clock system rather than just being at school, making it so you can't access things. But whatever.
Young wizard, You have my eternal gratitude. I heard what you did in the Sphinx. I feel we are no longer strangers, but comrades in arms.
Shalik, General Kaba, Kai Amate, and I all wish to honor you. Please take this golden scarab as a symbol of your entry into the Order of the Fang. No one deserves it more.
Damn right, Alhazred.
We will continue to fight the Tuts here, using the wisdom of balance rather than the golden fang. We leave it to you, young wizard, to find and protect the Croconomicon. You will need to investigate Krakopatra's lair, the Tomb of Storms. Go see Sergeant Major Talbot, for he may be able to help you.
Alright. I'm probably going to end the video off after saying what other schools get from this quest.
The Tomb of Storms, eh? Sure you want to go in there? That's quite a dangerous place. The Tut leader is inside. Well, why didn't you say so? I'll get you in there right away, if you haven't already found a way in.
That was a weird audio thing, but hey.
You're in luck. My men are overtaxed, but one of the locals has taken on the Tomb of Storms. I hate doing this to you, but once there, you're on your own. I can't protect the locals and launch an assault. You'll have to be a one-wizard army.
Don't worry, I've done that for most of my adventure up to this point. I can keep doing it.
Ready? Find Hetch Aldine nearby. He's been working with the summoning stones and will surely know how to get inside.
Alright, well, we'll talk to him next episode. As for this one, let me quickly look up what the other schools get, because really I only remember 2 off the top of my head. I'm just looking up the quest here so that, because it's very easy to do that. Alright. Alright, so balance, it's helping hands, which is a heal over time spell. I forget exactly how much it's for, how much it heals for, but it's a 3-pip spell that heals for a decent amount from what I remember. It's a good spell, a very good healing, a decent healing spell, not an amazing one, but a good one. Death gets poison, which is a damage over time spell, a single target, pretty nice, especially for dealing with shields. Fire gets immolate, sorry. A bit of my young self pronunciations coming out there, but fire gets immolate, and that does like 200 or so damage to yourself for 6, and does 600 damage to the opponent for 4 pips. Really, really nice spell. Ice obviously got Steel Ward, which is basically like Steel Charm, but for shields, so kinda useful, but not really. Actually, it's not all that useful at all. Life finally gets their blade, and Myth gets Pierce, which is like Disarm, but for wards. And quite frankly, I find Pierce more useful. Because it can help deal with tower shields along with the -80 shields, so always keep Pierces in your deck if you're a Myth. And Storm, for some odd reason, gets nothing on this quest. Not really sure as to why, but they don't. Anyway, that shall be it for this episode. I have been the Insane Wizard, and on the next episode of Let's Play Wizard101, we are going to be going into the Tomb of Storms and getting a lot of it done that episode, actually. Because the Tomb of Storms is not very long at all. In fact, I imagine we have about two episodes in total left before we finish up Krakotopia entirely, which is really nice. Anyway, I shall see you then. Bye!